Hi, I'm Claire Birmingham. I want your flute students to sound awesome. This is part 2 of my video that showed you my 4-step process for helping all my beginners get a great first sound on the flute. So if you have someone that was still struggling, here's what I would do next. So a lot of the struggle, I'm guessing, is coming from tension somewhere, tension and tightness. Really, tension anywhere in the body can end up influencing the flute sound. So one of my favorite checks that helps them relax a little bit is to exhale first. Have them try to exhale through their nose prior to making the sound. So they get set. Doing that has 3 benefits, and that's only 3 that I can think of right now off the top of my head. That is that it will leave those nasal passages open, which is good. That's going to help with extra resonance in the sound. Number 2 is it'll just help to relax the tension, to add in an exhale. And number 3 is it's priming the air, getting the air started before they blow it into the instrument. So that one, even if they're not struggling, that one's just a good tip for everybody. Another place tension is often hiding is inside the mouth. In the tongue might be arched up, blocking the air passageway. The throat might be tight. The jaw might be clenched and clamped shut, or there's not enough space in there. So again, we're trying to go towards natural sensations, away from contrived, stiff positions. So I'm going to remind them of something they should all be familiar with, and that's yawning. And we'll kind of think of, again, it's a very relaxing thing to do, but I'm going to have them notice the very beginning of that yawn where your jaw unhooks just a little bit. And I'll usually make a silly face and say, it's not at the full extension of a yawn. That's too much. But right at the beginning where your jaw just unhooks a little bit, you get a lot of space inside the mouth, space in between the teeth. And if you can get your tongue just to rest in the bed of your mouth, now we've created a lot of good space for flute playing. So if they were struggling making their head joint sound, and you have them do this check first, the beginning of the yawn, we get all that space. That will help a lot. It will help a lot of kids. Number 2, something that I see a lot of people struggle with, if they're getting no sound at all, they might just be too far forward in the lips or the jaw or both. So that's one, if they're getting no sound at all, I would say it's either because the lips are too tightly closed or because they are too far forward. So again, the same solution will be helpful. And I focus on the relaxing aspect more than the no, aim down, because the problem with that is that you can be very tight and aim your air down. Where it's still not quite working and it's still a fight. But if I focus on that relaxing and opening up, I have the added benefit of getting free from tension, and by opening my mouth more, my air is naturally going to be aimed more down this time. Because it's not that air direction isn't important. Of course it is. But if they're getting there with tension, it's going to end up still being a problem anyway. The last troubleshooting I would mention is very occasionally. In my experience, most kids are too tight, so it's one of those first 2 things that's going to help them. But if in all my talk about relaxing and yawning and using your natural lips, occasionally I'll get someone whose mouth is wide open. And so obviously they need some structure, but I still come at it pretty loosely. I might ask them to say the word poo, but to blow really warm air with it. That's something I might do to get the air coming out of a slightly smaller hole. If you have more questions, reach out and get in touch with me at the link below. I'd love to hear from you.